What's going on, YouTube? Uberman here. I want to bring you some information regarding a new lease program that's being offered by Uber. This is only available in Georgia, Maryland, and California. And shout out to Recode for contacting me and letting me know this was even happening. I had no idea. This is not available in my market, therefore I had no knowledge that there was a new lease option. But there's an article where they quoted myself and Harry Campbell. I'll put a link down in the description directly to the article at recode.net. That's recode.net. If you want to check it out for yourself, it gives a very, very good overview of this new lease slash financing option that Uber has decided to pilot. Now, here's the deal. It really doesn't, there's not much information on this. The information they give out is not very specific at all, and I have a problem with that because it's been kind of the tradition with Uber to not tell you everything until you get yourself into it so far that you don't really want to back out, and at that point you end up screwing yourself over. I'm not going to say for sure that this is a good deal or this is a bad deal because I just don't know the specifics. Uber didn't give those out. But I am going to give you an issue here that bothers me. Uber shows, just as an example, a 2013 Toyota Corolla L with 40,000 miles, an estimated price of $13,455. You have to put $250 down, and then you have 156 payments of $96.23 a month. If you end your lease early, there's a $250 disposition fee. Okay? Well, I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out that roughly $100 a month times 156 months comes out to $15,000, right? I mean, specifically, 156 payments at $96.23 a month comes out to $15,261.88. That is including the $250 deposit. So, but Uber's price, they show it as $13,455, but in reality it's $15,261.88. So on Uber's very own example sheet here, the numbers just don't add up. The other issue, Uber was partnered with Santander. They are no longer partners. I'm assuming it's because of just all the heartache that came from that. That was a really bad deal for drivers. A lot of drivers got taken, and I warned everybody. I did. I tried, and I had a lot of people telling me they were going to do it anyway. And man, I feel for you guys. I do. There was so much negative publicity regarding that. I really feel for the drivers that got caught up in that. People were having to drive just to try to make their car payments. That's why I'm sketchy on doing something like this. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it. But, it's a risk, guys, and I don't want to see any of you get yourselves contractually obligated to something that you can't afford. You're supposed to be working with Uber to make money, to help make your lives easier, not to go into debt and have to work just so you can make your car payment. I just don't want to see that happen to anybody, so be careful. Sorry, scratchy voice this morning. With Santander, at the end of the lease option, you got to keep your car for $1. You could actually purchase it and keep it. With this one, it doesn't say anything about that. It's looking more like it's actually a lease. Now, $100 a week, that's not too bad, I guess. I mean, my car is $425 a month, so it's more than $100 a week. But it's also not a Toyota Corolla. It's a turbocharged, mid-sized sedan with leather and all of that. So there is a few perks to this. Number one, there's no mileage cap. That's great. So there's no penalty for excessive mileage. On top of that, they're offering to provide free tire rotations, free cabin air filters, and free oil changes. That's another great perk. I mean, oil changes, they're not that expensive, but they add up. When you're putting the kind of mileage on cars that we put on them, that definitely adds up. Same thing with the tire rotations. So it's an acceptable deal, I would say, maybe to some people that are in a tough situation. But that's assuming that the fine print doesn't change what they're showing here. And like I said, I've already got a discrepancy in the numbers between 13,455 on Uber's site and 15,261 when you pull it up on a calculator, and that's using their numbers. There's no fine print to read, so I don't know, guys. Just be careful. I wanted to throw this out there, though, because this is something that's going to be taking off in a few markets, and I'm positive it will be getting bigger and bigger, just like Santander did. You're going to get emails about getting a new car. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and get excited. Everybody wants a new car. Not me. I don't really care. But just be careful, guys. Be careful, because these cars are going to be overpriced. And you're not in this business to shell out money for a car that you don't even get to keep. I mean, at the same time, I see the flip side of it. When you're done racking up miles on this thing over the course of 3 years, you're probably talking 100,000 miles or so. When you're done racking up the mileage, you probably don't want to keep the car anyway. It'd be easier just turn it in and get a new one. And if $400 a month is profitable for you, if you can afford that, and this is a good deal for you, this way you don't have to worry about mileage on your personal car, if that's the case, or you just don't have to worry about it. When you're done with the car, turn it in. But at the same time, if you're getting a car that's got, they say, somewhere under 60,000 miles, if you're getting a car that's got 40,000 miles on it already, and you put 30,000 miles a year, you're looking at 90,000 miles by the time the lease is up. There's going to be some maintenance costs there. You have over 100,000 miles, there's going to be some things you got to take care of, and they're not going to cover that. So it's just something to think about, guys. And like I said, be careful with it. And I will post a link to Recode's evaluation of these terms down here in the description. So please check that out. Great website, and I really appreciate them contacting me to help them out with some of the details. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, be safe out there, and Uber on.